Hello student, my name is Bhaggirip Kalal. Welcome to my online lecture series of refrigeration and air conditioning subject. Today I will discuss the chapter load analysis. In this chapter, first we will understand what is the meaning of the load and cooling load, or what is the purpose of load. So, meaning of the cooling load, the total amount of heat required to be removed from the conditioned space or desired place is known as cooling load. Again, I repeat, the total amount of heat required to remove from conditioned space is known as a cooling load. So, for calculation of cooling load, is various types of loads, that is in pictures which are shown in the picture. Sun solar radiation and heat liberated from the occupants, electrical equipment which is inside the room, all are the heat gain load in the room. So purpose of load estimation is to determine the size of air conditioning equipment and refrigeration component so that it maintain the desired condition of the space. That is the meaning of purpose of cooling load. Okay. Next, classification of load. Classification of load, basically three types according to season, according to loads, according to position of the loads. First we will discuss according to season, summer cooling load and winter cooling load. The meaning of summer cooling load is that the amount of heat removed from conditioned place is known as summer cooling load, and winter cooling load, the amount of heat added to the conditioned place is known as a winter cooling load. That basically it is a calculation in the winter season. Okay. Next, according to load. According to load, sensible heat load and latent heat load. The meaning of sensible heat load, the heat sources which raise the temperature or it is load due to temperature difference is known as the sensible heat load. Next is latent heat load. The meaning of latent heat load, that is the at constant temperature heat addition to the room is known as the latent heat. Basically, for example, heat liberated from moisture, heat liberated from the moisture is considered in the latent heat load, because at constant temperature heat is liberated. Okay. According to position of the load, basically it is two types, external load and internal load. The load which heat load which comes outside to the conditioned place is known as external load, like solar radiation, infiltration. These are the example of external load. Next, internal load. Internal load is load that is generated inside the room. Heat load which is generated inside the room, like occupant heat liberated, okay, electrical equipment which are the liberated heat liberated. Okay, those are the example of internal load. Okay, this is the classification of load. Next is sensible heat gain to the space. Sensible heat gain to the space means which type of heat is called sensible heat to added in the space. First, conduction through the exterior wall, floor, ceilings, door and window due to temperature difference. That means the heat comes inside the room due to conduction, like from the wall, from floor, ceiling, doors and window, etc. Next is solar radiation through the sun. The sun rays comes on the wall and this radiation comes inside directly, that is a solar radiation. Because of this solar radiation, temperature increases inside the room. Okay. Heat given off by light motors, machinery, cooking operation, industrial process, etc. Because heat is liberated from this all the equipment, electrical equipment, that is comes under the sensible heat gain. Next is heat liberated by the occupants. Okay, because of metabolic rate are different for the different occupant, that's why the heat liberated by the occupants or peoples. Okay. Next is heat carried out by outside air which leaks in through the crack in the door, window and through the frequent opening and closing of the door. That is the meaning of the infiltration air. Because of outside high temperature air comes inside the room because of crack in the window, door or through the frequently opening or closing of the door. That is the infiltration of air. That is the in this pictures diagram, various types of heat shown in the figure, like solar radiation comes from the sun. Okay, next equipment is lights, okay, ceiling fans, equipment, computer, etc. shown in this diagram. That is a heat, that is also heat liberated. By this heat liberated, temperature of the room is increases. Next, exterior wall, glass conduction, some cracks in the glass or windows, so heat infiltration air is comes inside the room. Next is latent heat gain to the space included. The latent heat gain means the temperature constant in this heat is added in the room, but temperature is constant. So which type of heat? Heat gain due to moisture in the outside air entering by the infiltration. Heat gain due to condensation of moisture from the occupant. That means due to condensation of moisture from occupant, that is comes under the heat latent heat gain. Next is the heat gain due to condensation of moisture from any process such as cooking food, etc. If we cook the food, so some evaporation of air is occurs, that why moisture is liberated or condensation of moisture, so that latent heat is added in the room. Next, heat gain due to moisture passing directly into the conditioned space through the permeable wall or partition from the outside region where the water vapor pressure is higher. Because of higher water vapor pressure, due to this latent heat gain to the space. The in these pictures, which type of latent heat are occurs, that is shown in these pictures. Okay, that is a heat liberated or moisture condensation of moisture from occupants, that is a shown in this figure. Next is a moisture of outside air, that is a some moisture or humidity of outside air which comes into the room, that's why latent heat is increases. Next, flywheel effect of building material. That is a very important topics that in this chapter, that is a flywheel effect of building material. First we will understand what is the meaning of the flywheel. What is the meaning of flywheel? Basically, function of the flywheel in mechanical is to store the energy and it release the energy whenever it required. That is the meaning of flywheel, because flywheel is a component of mechanical in mechanical. But in this chapter, the flywheel is related to building material. Building materials work as a flywheel because it stored heat energy and it liberated after some times to the room. That's why it is called flywheel effect of the building material. In this diagram, I shown one space, conditioned space. In this, solar radiations comes on the wall or roof of the room. Due to this, the temperature of the conditioned space increases because of solar radiation. But the capacity of wall or roof, it stored some heat or huge amount of heat stored in the wall, and remaining amount of heat is directly transferred to the room. Okay, remaining amount of heat transferred to the room because of the temperature increases of outside air, the heat capacity, heat storage capacity increases of the wall, heat storage capacity of the wall. But after some time, after 2 p.m. or 6 p.m., after 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., the outside air temperature is decreases. Outside air temperature is decreases and heat liberated by the wall is to the room. That's why heat increases. Okay, so first we understand this graphical representation of flywheel effect. That is a very important topics. Okay, in this first we draw the graph between time and heat or heat supplied to the room. So one graph is the IHG, instantaneous heat gain graph. In this graph, heat supplied to the room. Okay, at the 6 p.m. the some amount of heat is already there. That's why that much amount of heat is supplied to the room. And then between 6 to 2 p.m. heat is supplied to the room, but some amount of heat which is stored in the wall, which is not supplied to the room up to 2 p.m. But at 2 p.m. the maximum amount of heat is supplied by the solar radiation. But at that time the amount of heat total amount of heat do not supply to the room. But at this instant, the amount of heat which is removed by the AC is this is the another graph, that is the ICL graph, instantaneous cooling load graph. So amount of heat which is removed from the space at parallelly, but the remaining amount which is stored in the room because of capacity of wall, storage capacity of wall. So due to difference between IHG, instantaneous heat gain, and instantaneous cooling load, the curve or graph are not identical. So that's why this difference is known as a flywheel effect or inertia effect, because of heat stored by the wall. And after some times, or after sunset, during sunset, the heat is all removed from the room naturally because of outside temperature is decreases. So the cooling load is heat release from building materials shown in this graph. Okay. The instantaneous heat gain is not equal to the instantaneous heat loss to the inside air. Therefore, the difference is stored in the wall. This heat inertia of the building material is known as flywheel effect or storage effect. Topic is the difference between IHG and ICL. IHG means instantaneous heat gain and ICL means instantaneous cooling load. Instantaneous cooling load. So first we will understand what is the meaning of IHG. IHG is the rate of heat removed, rate of heat gain to the conditioned space, or rate of heat transferred to the room or conditioned space or desired place is known as IHG, instantaneous heat gain by the room. Okay. Next, ICL. What is the meaning of ICL? ICL is that rate of heat removed from conditioned place at an instant is known as a ICL. Okay. So basically in this diagram, I saw IHG, heat gain to the room, is basically two component. Basically it is a two component, that is a convective component or radiative component. FR into IHG, that is FR is the part of radiative component, that is the radiative component part, multiplication of instantaneous heat gain at a time. Okay. So it transfer to furniture, structure, variable storage, or etc. All the equipment, heat transfer to all the equipment, that furniture, structure and variable storage which store the heat. It is not directly transferred to the room, but after some times or time delay, by the convection it is transferred to the room, and where AC is installed, this AC is heat is removed by convection method. Okay. But another component is the FC, that is a convective component. In this component, the heat is transferred to directly room by convective method. That time the air conditioning is directly absorb or remove the heat from the desired place is known as the convective component. Both are the combined, and this total load is on the air conditioning system. Next is load due to infiltration. First, understand what is the meaning of infiltration. Okay, the air entering to the conditioned space through the window crack and opening of door is known as air infiltration. Again I repeat, the air entering to the conditioned room or conditioned space through the window crack or again and again opening of the door is known as air infiltration. Okay, because of outside air have some heat which is come inside the room. Okay, heat transfer due to infiltration consists of both. Because of infiltration, two types of heat. One is a sensible heat and another is a latent heat. Latent heat, because of latent heat is in the moisture, already in the moisture. Next is the infiltration rate is obtained by two methods. First is the air changing method or crack method. So the formula of calculation of infiltration air is infiltered air is equals to length into width into height, that is the room volume, okay, or space, into AC, cross section area of the room, divided by 60, that comes meter cube per minute. That is the infiltered air in the room. Next is load due to ventilation. First, we will understand what is the meaning of the ventilation. Ventilation is the combination of mixture of fresh air and recirculated air. It is a mixture of fresh air or recirculated air is known as a ventilation air. Okay. Why it is required? Because of fresh air have a high heat gain. That's why we reduce the load on the AC. That's why we mix the recirculated air which have a low heat. Okay, the method of ventilation, there is a method of ventilation or process by which clean air, that is a normally outside air, is internally provided to the space and stale air is removed. This may be accomplished by the either natural or mechanical means. Okay. Ventilation minimize the odors, concentration of smog, carbon dioxide and other undesirable gases so that the freshness of air could be maintained. Here showing in the chart, building use required fresh air in CFM, that is a cubic per person. Okay, cubic per meter for per person. The home for home per person is 5 to 15. Range is 5 to 15 CFM. For office 15 to 20. Light and commercial building, that is a 15 to 25. Retail storage, that is a 15 to 25, etc. All are the required CFM of fresh air per person is given in this data. Next is heat gain from occupant. Heat transfer depends mainly on the population and activity level of occupant. That means in one auditorium, the more amount of people or many people are sitting in the auditorium, that is heat is liberated because of their metabolic rate. That's why heat gain from the occupant. For sleeping, total heat gain, because one person is sleeping, the total heat gain is 70 watt. If he is seated quite 100 watt, if he is standing, that is 150 watt. If he or she working at the rate 3.5 km per hour, that time 305 watt heat is liberated. For office 150, teaching for teaching 175 watt, or industrial work 300 to 600 watt amount of heat is liberated. Next is heat gain through power equipment. Heat gain through the power equipment. That is a QS. That is one formula for giving the how to calculate the amount of heat from the power. That is installed voltage. How much amount of heat which you install. That is a light, fan, the total or cumulative amount of the watt into usage factor. Into the usage factor. Next, some appliances are given according to their sensible heat, latent heat, and total heat are calculated. So yeah, coffee brewer, coffee warmer, toaster, food warmer, etc. Okay. For other equipment such as computer, printer, etc., the load is in form of sensible heat transfer and is estimated based on rate of power consumption. Rate of power consumption. Next is load calculation for automobile. Load calculation for automobile. Basically, how to calculate the load for automobile to give a satisfy or mind satisfaction to the passenger. Okay. First is sensible heat gain through the vehicle body. Sensible heat gain through the vehicle body because of sun rays directly comes on the vehicle body. That's why temperature inside the cabin is increases. Due to temperature increases, heat load increases. This amount of load comes on the air conditioning system of the automobile. Next is heat gain through the glass area. Heat gain through the glass area, that is infiltrate because of some cracks are in glass or windows, etc. Next is load due to infiltration. Next is load due to infiltration means some gaps are provided in the window cracks or in joints of vehicle where outside air comes into the cabin. That's why temperature of the cabin is increases. This amount of load comes on the AC of the vehicle. That's why we calculate the infiltered load. Next, ventilation load. So ventilation is the amount of is a mixture of amount of recirculated air and pressure. For per person, the 13 CFM is required for the person or passenger in the vehicle cabin. Next is heat gain from the occupant. So due to metabolic rate, metabolism process or metabolic rate, the heat is also gained from the effluent that comes from the air conditioning of the vehicle. Next is heat engine load. Due to engine, the amount of heat, so many or huge amount of heat is liberated from the engine load. That amount of heat comes into the cabin via engine component or conduction. That's why the amount heat amount is increased or temperature increase inside the room. That is comes on the AC. That is comes on the AC of the vehicle. So first we calculate the engine load. Okay. Next is exhaust load. So the exhaust air, the amount of temperature, that is a thousands degree centigrade, approximately 1000 degree of temperature increases of exhaust air. So this amount of 1000 degree centigrade is directly contact with the floor of the vehicle. So if temperature of inside cabin is increases with the conduction, that's why this amount of load is also comes on the comes on the air conditioning. So that is, so whole amount of load, heating load, which calculated for the designing of the air conditioning in the vehicle. Thank you so much.